everybody. I'm Mrs. Willis, the STEAM lab teacher here at Virginia L. Hurd Elementary in Savannah, Georgia. Our school has a few unique programs that go on involved with environmental education and life science. So we have a chicken coop at our school. We have had chickens for I think the last 3 years now, although the process started about 5 or 6 years ago. As you can imagine, getting a chicken coop at a school was no small feat. We had to get a lot of people to approve it. We had parent volunteers come in to build for us. We raised the funds with the help of the PTA. We hatched chicks, much to the delight of the children. We've named all the chickens. We had a Google form last year where everybody voted. So it was a democratic process that we named all of these chickens. The children have learned a lot, not just about the science standards that I hoped to teach them about the needs of living things and, breeds and behaviors and traits and things like that, that the fifth grade goes into. But we also learned a lot about society, which is a very strange thing to kind of say, but there's a pecking order amongst the chickens. And so there are chicken bosses that push other chickens around. And there's a chicken that gets picked on because she looks different, and she's a different color than everybody else. She's a little bit smaller than everybody else. And so I think when the kids get involved with the chickens, they can step outside of our own social group and they look at the chicken social group and then they see, wait a second, they learn some things that can translate back into human nature, how we treat others and what we need to be happy and healthy. And so that ended up being the focus of my lesson based on the first grade standards of the needs of plants and animals. So I thought about when I was young, I always wanted a pet, but I grew up in a single parent household and it was enough for my father to care for me. So of course, we couldn't get the challenge of a dog or something like that. I grew up to own just about everything. I've had lizards, snakes, cats, birds, and so I thought of the kids out there who are dreaming big like I did, and they want the creatures, what exactly do they need and how do you go about figuring that out? So I used the chickens. We looked at their food, water, their shelter, discussed even temperature, and considered happiness as a part of health as well, that you need to be able to get outside and exercise and have your own space to be happy. And at the end of my lesson, I referred the children to the library. I feel like that's been an excellent resource in my own house during these times to get the kids out and choose some books in a safe space, where I know that they are quarantining books. People are masked up at the library that I've seen. And so I wanted to remind the kids and the parents that you can go to the library and learn more about anything that you want, whatever kind of pet that you might want to own, whatever it is. And that's how I ended my lesson.